back for some more Phoenix Wright. Let's do it. Turnabout Samurai. Yes, let's load. Grah! You have disgraced me for the last time, Steel Samurai. Some other lines that I missed because I fell behind. More lines which I missed because something else came up. It appears to be... See you in hell, evil magistrate. Hooah! Glowy eyes were pretty cool. The warrior's swords gleam and strike down... Oh man, I can't even keep up with this. Only the moon knows. Don't miss next week's exciting episode. The Dark Messenger returns. Man, killed him in one episode and he's back already. Lame. Alright. That rocked! See you in hell, evil magistrate. Whoa, stop waving that broom around. Oh, Nick, I didn't know you were here. Of course I'm here. I work here. What was that surreal show you were watching? What? Nick, you mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. Young? Like, how young? 10 years old? Then what the heck are you doing getting all excited? There is nothing wrong with enjoying kids' TV, Phoenix. Don't judge her. Hey, I'm only 17. That's 17, see? I'm a teen, not like you, Nick. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24 myself. Then watch it with me. He's really cool, and it's really popular. When they asked grade school kids what they want to be, Steel Samurai was number one. How can you be a Steel Samurai? I really worry about kids these days. I don't know if that's more or less true than it was back when this game was initially made. Gramps! Well, the Steel Samurai's over. I guess it's time to close up the office. I guess? Wish we had some clients. A month has passed since my trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time, but no one paid any attention to the Wright & Co. law officers. How am I going to pay the rent this month? It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. Man, that is like the worst thing you could say. Humph. Ooh, in my bedroom? Oh, phone's ringing. That's real loud. Yep, no, can't stop it. There we go. Hello, this is Phoenix. Nick! Maya? What? It's still early. It's the Steel Samurai. The Steel Samurai got arrested. Huh? You mean the guy on that show? Yes! They're saying that the Steel Samurai killed a villain. Isn't that what he's supposed to do? Yeah, on TV. Yeah, on TV. No, I mean, he actually did it in real life. He skewered a villain with his samurai spear. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Just come to the office. Quick, please, Nick. And she hangs up on me. And it took him a while to get there. Maya's here, watching television. Now for the morning news. The actor Will Powers was arrested yesterday. Powers plays the lead role in the popular kids show The Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Oldie Tokyo. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. The victim was Jack Hammer, who plays the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate costume. The Steel Samurai spear was also found stuck through the body. Police believe this was the murder weapon and are investigating further. This has to be a joke. No. It's a nightmare. The Steel Samurai is over. The world is over. Man, that's very dramatic. Oh, that awful ringing again. Yeah, again, can't stop it. Yes, Wright and Co. law officers. What? Nick, it's the Steel Samurai. What? Yes, of course. We'll be right there. Let's go, Nick. Go where? They have the Steel Samurai down in detention. So what? So, I decided this will be our first case. Now, I'm not an expert at these legal matters or anything, but if you were to hire someone to defend you in court, would it really be a guy who's had 2 cases? Sure, he's got a 100% win record, but he's only done 2 cases. Alright. Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to talk to Maya. What to do? Well, what should we do? What should we do? How can you just sit there like that? We have to get down to the detention center and meet the Steel Samurai. Does she want to investigate this case? Or just want to do some sightseeing, I wonder? My money's on sightseeing. We don't have enough information to make a case yet. Just admit it. You don't have a clue what happened. No, we just don't have enough information. Huh. Alright. Let's go to the detention level. Are there any trash compactors? Damn. I forgot that he was so saber-toothed. What's wrong, Maya? It's him, in the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean, that guy? Of course it's him. Will Powers, our client. That's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but he definitely didn't. Murder, at least once, maybe twice. Wow. Steve Carell would definitely yell at you for profiling there. Whoa. What are you saying? Yes? Something wrong? No. This is getting off to a great start. I know. You're disappointed, aren't you? Disappointed? Oh no. Yes. No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got the part of the Steel Samurai with that mask, I decided I would never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids, you know. I just didn't want to wreck their dreams. Oh. I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams. I wonder what they think of the Steel Samurai now. Sniff. Wah. Nick, what? He's a good guy. I mean, he's good. Yeah. He didn't do it. Man, that was a quick turnaround on that one, wasn't it? Alright, let's talk. What happened? Maybe you could start by telling us what happened. Yes, of course. It seems like it was only yesterday. Actually, it was only yesterday. Can you feel the deadpan? The cast had come down to Global Studios for a run-through. We went through a few action sequences at 10 o'clock that morning. There was a rehearsal scheduled for 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But when 5 o'clock came around and the staff gathered at the studio, the evil magistrate was found lying in a crumpled heap near the set. They took off his mask and discovered that it was Jack Hammer, dead. He had been expertly skewered with the samurai spear. The samurai spear? Yes, it's a long spear that the Steel Samurai uses as a weapon. Maybe you could explain to me just what the Steel Samurai is. Nick, how could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir. I apologize for my partner. He's new to this and a bit out of touch with the world. Hey, who's new to this? No, it's alright, really. The Steel Samurai is the lead character in a popular kids' TV show. Or kids' show, but, you know, I added TV. He walks the streets of Neo Old Tokyo. Man, that is the most, like, stereotypical Japanese anime name. Like, all they have to do is add on, like, a crystal or, like, a number to it. And then it literally couldn't be any worse. Fighting battle after battle against the evil magistrate and his minions. Of course, he never really defeats the evil magistrate. Although, I guess he did defeat him this time. Sniff. And he's crying again. I see. Neo Old Tokyo. Who comes up with these names? Yeah, that you're telling me. What is your alibi, sir? Now, where were you on the day of the murder? Well, that morning I came to the studios at 9 o'clock. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5, but I was a little tired. So, after lunch, I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up, it was after 5. I was late for the rehearsal. I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here. So he was sleeping the entire afternoon of the murder? Some action hero. What will the kids think? Sniff. I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder. Right. Global Studios. I'll draw you a map. Wow, Nick. Let's go. I'm willing to bet $10, she asks for autographs. Alright. Nope. Not going to get anything else here. To the studios. Date and where we are. Wow, so this is where they make the Steel Samurai show. Awesome. Aren't you excited? Hey, you there. Oi. You want in? You gotta go through me. Why is her name Oldbag? Oh, that's right. That's her surname. That's not them being insulting. Oh, sorry. We're, lawyers. Oh, yeah? Well, that's great. I'm security. And it's my job to make sure that gawkers like you stay out. I am pleased, however, she did not say that my name is security. Nice to meet you, lawyer. Because that joke sucks. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident and came to snoop around. Youths today. Something horrible happens and all you can think of is sightseeing. I can't keep up with her. Alright. Yep. Sure. Hippie clothes? I'm in a suit! Although, to be fair, alright, I'll give her Maya might look a little bit hippie-ish, but only if you're uneducated. Nick, will I grow up to be like her? Please say no. Let's hope not. I don't know, it's possible. That's mean and totally uncalled for. Hey! Listen up when you're being spoken to. Youths today. Alright. Let's have a chat to Ms. Oldbag. So, what do you do here at the studios? At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No, you were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Wow. This place really has gone downhill, you know? But 10 years ago, now that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then too. He was. Hammer? Really? The dude who got murdered. The victim, dummy. Yeah. The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with. Can you tell me about Mr. Will Powers? He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. That's a bit harsh. He'd make a great Sabretooth. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. That's probably why he thought the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jack Hammer. Well, he didn't. We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty. Powers? Of course he's guilty. How do I know? I know everything. That's my job. What kind of person was Jack Hammer? What kind of person? Oh, if only you knew. Jack Hammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series. Should I have heard of that? But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. Man, reading is hard. What's more, I heard they were paying him peanuts. It's enough to make you cry. Alright, why do you suspect him? That seems a little unreasonable. Why are you so certain Mr. Powers is the killer? I was standing right here yesterday, I was. I was here from 1 in the afternoon to 5 in the afternoon when they found the body. Now the studio where the murder took place is to the left of here. So if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass by me. Only one person went by there between the hours of 1 and 2:30 when the murder took place, and that person was Mr. Powers? Yes, I saw him. But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room. Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool. But he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer. You can bet your biscuits on it.
You owe me biscuits.
Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here. Move along. Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request. I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request, and maybe I'll just let you in. This lady here thinks she owns the place, obviously. Alright, I'm guessing. Yeah. Damn it. Alright, back to the detention level. Hello, how was the studio? They all think I did it, don't they? No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick? Well, I mean, we only spoke to one person, so we don't know all of them, but... Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily agree with lying to the dude, but sure. Sniff. Your alibi. Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you? What? No, I'd never do that. Earlier you said that you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch. Yes, like a baby. But the security lady says she saw you that day. She says she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime. What? That's not possible. I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise. Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business, and I need every advantage I can get. I know, I'm sorry, sniff, but I swear to you on my mama's grave that I was sleeping. Maybe the old security lady only thought she saw me. Well, I mean, you're not easy to miss, dude. What did she see? He doesn't seem to be lying. About the security guard at the main gate to the studio. Oh, the security lady? She's terrible. She called me suspicious looking. Yes, actually, she said the same thing to me before. Oh, take off that mask were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the bigwigs at the studio, but let her see you stumble once and she'll never let up on you. Grr, she's got some nerve. Do you think you could write a letter formally requesting my representation? Of course. Powers' request added to the court record. I just hope this will get me past that security lady. I'm sure it will. This should definitely have been a take that. Ma'am, look at this. Oh, have a look at this. It's a request. It's a letter of request from Mr. Powers. Man, reading is still hard. Yes, I recognize the bold, childish scrawl. Damn. Powers' request given to the security lady. What's the bet she just wanted it for his signature so she could sell it on eBay? To think he would entrust his fate to youths of such unreliable appearance. What are you talking about? How do I look unreliable? Oh, right, well, I don't understand how she'd think either of us look unreliable. I don't know how someone can present themselves in that manner. But sure. Really? Really? Anyway, you may pass. None shall pass. But only left from here towards the studios. No going to the right. That's the employee area. No one allowed inside, pal, were my instructions. Gumshoe! Ezamon, thank you for the follow. The good detective told me himself. Hey, Nick. Huh? There were maps in the security guard station. Did she swipe one? Hey, not bad. Those are 50 cents a piece, thank you. Of course. Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents. Guide map of Global Studios added to the court record. Why is that? Oh, right, because I presented the thing to her. Right. Outside Studio 1. That is detached head. Studio 1 entrance. Hey, Aren't you that murderer? God damn it. Aren't you that murderer from the other day? No! I was guilty. The other dude confessed. Ah! It's that confused detective. Yeah, only a little. He's only bad at remembering people. Hey, pal. You know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset and it's your fault. Well, it's not my fault he lost. He should just be a better prosecutor. I saw him sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window. Man, I feel so bad he's doing so poorly. He's still sipping tea, doing his job, and just staring out windows. So? Hey, if he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. Damn! Maya with the burn. And that's not true. I was innocent. He was guilty. Detective? I think you hurt his feelings. Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt. You're right, pal. It's all my fault. I can blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart. Yeah, he does love Gumshoe. He does love Miles, doesn't he? Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here? Coming to make you look bad again? Well, we're on this case too, pal. Huh? Hey, you can't just go around saying pal like that. That's my endearing character trait. Love it. I'd say he's a character, alright. Alright. The investigation. So how is your investigation going, detective? Well, it's... Hey, I can't tell you that, pal. Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions? Right, so, detective, mind if I take a look at what you got? What I got? The autopsy report. The latest version, if you please. Right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal. Alright. Why did you arrest him? Why was Mr. Powers arrested? Simple, pal. The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. Now, the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1 o'clock. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30. Only one person went to the studio between those hours. And that person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate. No, that's pretty much what she said. Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence. Well, that's because it sounds like he's guilty. Thanks for cheering me up. The security lady. About the security lady. Oh, that sweet old lady? What a charmer. Wow, she must think Gumshoe's like good looking or something, because she is not nice. Huh? Are we talking about the same person? When I showed her my badge and she gave me a donut and some coffee. Oh, of course, it's the badge. Remember what Powers said? She's a sucker for authority. She even gave me a piece of valuable evidence. What? What is this decisive evidence? What kind of evidence? Well, that photo. The photo of the Steel Samurai heading toward the scene of the crime. What? Who took that? See the camera up on that gate, pal? The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign? Yeah. Whenever someone walks by, that camera automatically snaps a photo of them. Oh no. Nick, he has evidence. We're finished. Well, not necessarily, because he said the Steel Samurai, not Powers. Funny, for someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy. What's wrong, pal? You seem down. Don't look so happy when you say that. Oh ho ho! I'm not saying any more ho-hos than that. We'd like to ask the employees some questions. Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not going to find any clues I haven't already found. Ha ha ha! I'm glad someone around here seems to be enjoying themselves. Nick, let's go! We've got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out. I'm surprised you didn't say it. Now it's time to get some autographs. And check some things out. Alright. Let's take a look at this one. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Hey, it's locked. Looks like you need a card key to get in. It makes sense that they would want to keep the non-employees out. The giant fallen head. The studio mascot. What the hell is it? I guess it's a monkey of some kind. That's a monkey? Alright. Sure. But what kind of monkey has a nose like that? Well, I mean, also... Alright. Sure, let's just go with it. I'm assuming it's a samurai monkey or something. He's holding a sign in his hand. Right to Studio 1. Left, Studio 2. What's up with that thing? It looks kind of busted. Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. It took down that tree with it too. And then also need to look at the camera. Hey, there's a camera here. That's the security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went where. There's a number plate on the camera. STI 307. That must be the camera's ID number. Oh, okay. Alright. Let's move to the main gate to see if we can get into Studio 1. Nick, look! That security lady's in the guard station stuffing her face with donuts. I guess all cops like their donuts. Now, again, that's profiling. And not terribly nice. Yeah, and they're soft enough she doesn't need teeth to chew them. Damn. Hey you! Well, are you satisfied Powers is guilty yet? Irk. She had to make my life harder by giving that photo to Detective Gumshoe. Alright. Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, ma'am? Oh, that? I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Ugh. Oh, just to the left from here is the gate with the camera that took the photo. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see. This guard station is in a central position. No matter where you go here, you pass by my station first. Holy crap. Now, poor Hammer, he went to the studio just before 1 o'clock. The murder happened right around 2:30. See ye? The only one I seen go through here between 1 and 2:30 was Powers himself. The security camera got a good look at him too. If he's not the one what did it, I don't know who is. Maybe it was you? Yeah, good one, Sonny. She thinks I was joking. Was the victim Mr. Hammer a popular actor? Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio. Was? As in past tense? Oh yes, he was great as the bearded samurai. That too, yes. He shone the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate, it's a disgrace, I tell you. Hammer took it pretty hard, and who can blame him? About the security camera. Oh yes, the camera. It's automatic. It can tell when someone walks through the gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Apparently, it records the time when it takes a picture too. I don't understand why that you needed to say apparently. It either does or it doesn't, and you've been doing this for ages. But I don't bother myself with those details. Man, that's silly. I just view all the photos on the computer over in the security guard station. I check them every day before going home, I do. Right. She didn't give us a key card. Oh, I can go to the... I thought it said we needed a key card. Oh, okay. Employee area. Nick! This is where they do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hey, look! There's Powers' dressing room. No one's here this soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around. Alrighty. Oh, there's two sides to this room. Oh, okay, cool. Alrighty. The plates? The remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. T-bone steak. That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach for just for steaks. What? We need to look at the metal grate on the floor. The grate that used to cover the drain, it's a little bent. I don't think it would fit if I tried to put it back on. The metal grate on the drain here has been taken off. That's a pretty big drain. A kid could fit through there, I bet.
That's a bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah, if you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to pay at the gate. Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest. Right. Huh? Hey, I'm not a kid. Alright. Let's check out Powers' dressing room. October 16, Global Studios dressing room. Powers' dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping? Or at least, this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they? Right. And there's a picture of him near the crime scene. I hope he's telling the truth, for his sake. Alrighty. The bag under the table. This must be Powers' bag. Hey, don't open that. Look. An employee card key. That must be Powers'. It says Studio 1. Let's take it, Nick. Borrow it. You mean borrow. Yeah, she's not giving that back. Alright. Studio main gate. Oh, right. Going to the dressing room is different to going to Studio 1. Right, I get it now. Oh. Yeah, right. I have to examine the gate again before I can go through it. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. I wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It opened. All right, we're in. She's way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. Yeah, a little bit. Inside Studio 1. October 16 still. What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden. Yeah, there's a murder that's taken place here. Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? That white tape. It's so real. Isn't that not real? Don't they not do that? Because that's tampering with the evidence. Like, if you draw around the body, there's a... Like, you tamper with the evidence where the person, like... especially if they bled out. Like, you'd draw all over the blood, wouldn't you? Well, the evil magistrate did die here. And the steel samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. Now, alright, need to examine the stepladder for that stepladder's achievement. Look, a ladder. That's a stepladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Yes, because, man, them ladders, they're so oppressed. Right, sorry, this girl is out there. Alright, examine the camera. Wow, look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. What did he just say? Hey you, no touching that. Sorry. My partner is kind of, you know. You know? No, I don't know. Who are you? Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people. WP? Oh, Will Powers, WP. I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit. But Do what you can for WP, okay? He'd never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry, leave it to us. Alright, let's talk to Penny. The day of the crime. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes. I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see. Only one assistant? Yes, well, the studio isn't doing so well right now, and yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there, along with everyone else. The employee area, that's where Powers' dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room. Then he went to sleep. But I didn't see either of them after that. Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of a girl do you think I am? What kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Sorry. So much for getting confirmation of Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry, I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue, a lead. Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yes, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks. That helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-na-na-na. Not that anybody's going to get that reference. So you sense that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio? Yes, I think. I think doesn't cut it in a witness's testimony. Nick, what about that security lady? If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them. Outside Studio 1. No, we need to move to the main gate to grill Old Bag. Yes, the date hasn't changed, neither has the location. Thank you. What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m, correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30? Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Eek! Alright, you better tell me quick, you spiky-head cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. Why throw Penny under the bus? Her? She's not even a full-time employee. All you young'uns are like that nowadays. And she's off ranting again. Grar! She left. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can do without her looking over our shoulders. Oh, dear. Examine the computer. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Yes. Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick. Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 p.m.? That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. It was 307. There, entered. Hey, it printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we got. That literally proves nothing. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Exactly. Well, he is the one who always wears that suit, but that doesn't mean he's wearing it at the time. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. Yeah, well, she's an idiot. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Yeah, I would guess so. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15, 2 p.m, photo number 2. Where's photo number 1 if it printed all the stuff for that day? What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day? Nope, that's the only one in the computer. Powers's ? Photo added to the court record. Hey, Nick! Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right, we'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. What? Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Sweet mixed metaphor. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. He's not an actor. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So are we done for the day? I think this photo is what we need for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. Nah, she wouldn't hurt Powers. She loves that dude. Alright, why don't we do the... Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll do the court scene, and then that will probably do it for today. So let's save our progress. What room we in? Oh, number 4 today? Man, that's bad. Gotta be number 1. Oh, there's Edgeworth. How's your streak, dude? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It's impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Do I not get an opening statement? Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, see? This here is the employee area. Yep, that big thing marked employee area. Yep, got that. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Why was she not there for the morning run-through? Past the security station there is a gate, see? Past that there are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m, the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. Yep, that's 100% needless. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon, although, looking at that picture, it doesn't look covered in blood, which is a bit odd. That's the case, in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? Nope. I think I can probably remember that. Also, I have this handy dandy guide. So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval. Samurai spear, added to the court record. Yeah, that is definitely covered in 0 blood. It seems odd that it was stuck in his chest and there's no blood on it. Your Honour, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Well, you know that's not a good thing because it's not an actual photo. Understood. Let's call this security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? Oh my god. I forgot how bad this looked. Oh. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? Man, she's hitting on Edgeworth. I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Do you in fact have the vapors? Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me... Man, that grandma, that's gross. That's a big old bowl of nope. No. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names. Indeed. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. Why so insulting with the surname? She doesn't have to be Oldbag. So just... Oh, man. Okay, now she's ranting about this. Man. Oh, my... Thank you. Objection. I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. Good work, team. High fives all around. Beers are on me. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. Man, that is not going to be the first time this happens. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. No one else cares. Perhaps we can get to the testimony, please. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. Sure is one hell of an old bag. See, now that... I mean, that would have been a bit harsh if she had a different surname, but, you know, still makes sense. Alright, witness account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 p.m. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was headed toward the studio. Well, that's not true. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour. Absolutely the bit where we get to... Yeah, when she actually accuses Powers. You'll have to excuse my cough for anybody who's listening who hasn't heard me for the last couple of days. I'm recovering from a cold. Yeah. We need to go here. And then we need to present the photo. Let me get this straight, old bag. Ms. Old Bag. That's better. You've been saying since yesterday you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Man, he didn't need to give that much information. Ms. Old Bag. Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. Yeah, dumbass. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday, man. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Ms. Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Humph, nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised? The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So he had a sprained ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. That could be taken very poorly. I never say anything I don't mean. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, let's press her on that. Who was present at the run-through? Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's the Steel Samurai, then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate, and me. And what exactly were you doing? Observing. Just observing. What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such, so she didn't see the run-through then. I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. But how is that? Oh, okay. This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. It's been updated. Oh, okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me, which is... Where is this Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. But it could be. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Hold it right there. We keep talking about possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else, not caught on camera, could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Oh ho ho! And then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Alright, more stuff. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m, true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Again, it's not Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Yes. Okay, so again, we just do the same thing again. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here automatically, it takes a picture? And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15, 2 p.m, photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit of at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really were the only photo? Rubble, rubble, rubble. Order, order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day, yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Oh man, immediately into ranting. And me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness please explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help. Oh, please, just get that face off screen. Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Ms. Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. How convenient. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes. I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. But she knew that Hammer had been murdered. Why did she delete the photo? Ms. Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Yeah. Every day after I finish... Oh, yeah, right. Nope. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks if you ask me. They get information about rehearsals from gosh knows where, the internet. They're always hanging out. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say that no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words? Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain. I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids? So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade? Oh. What? Rabble. Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about the 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes, we see his type here every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear? Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy. Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. Well, no, it's a bit different. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and prosecution to consider this new information, and no forgetting vital information this time. We were in courtroom number 4, but we're in lobby number 3. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. Sniff. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Sniff. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thought on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts on this matter are simple. Nothing has changed. Well, of course you'd say that. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Rabble, 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 rabble. Gavel. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed this murder? Well, it couldn't be her because she didn't see him dragging his leg. And it can't be him because he's not strong enough, so there's only one option. Old Bag. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Old Bag. What? Whippersnapper. Rabble, 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 gavel. Order, order. Is this true, Old Bag? Old Bag? That's Ms. Old Bag to you. Ms. Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. Wrong. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it. Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something. Please get your face off screen. What's my move? Now's my chance to take this whole away. Oh, the whole way. Whoops. Absolutely press. Give Granny a break. No, that's a hard pass. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Ms. Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now, Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Yeah, but you're scary. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or has it been nice to your kids and mean to your elders' day, whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder. It would be the card key, because he can't get in. Take that indeed. The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Thank Christ. Very well. Gavel. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Ms. Old Windy... What's her name? Something Old Bag, Your Honour. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Gavel. Wait a second. I'm not going to sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. Oh great, stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Ms. Windbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? You don't mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. Apparently her lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said that they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me just to pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Ms. Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honour. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yep. Alright, we'll press on this one. Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course! Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2. There's there's 3 areas on the map. And a big sign that said, go to Studio 2 this way. And you think you're Sherlock Holmes too? Worst. Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... Nah, that'll do. Your Honour, we have learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold it that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. Gavel. The court acknowledges the defence's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Ms. Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. Fury. I understand, Your Honour. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Gavel. Alright. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. Grin. Or should I sniff? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in the Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been the old windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. No, I don't think so either, because she loved Powers. Like, it just makes no sense. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Sniff. To be continued. Alright, let's save progress. Yep, we'll just override that one. Alrighty. Well, that's another day of investigating and cross-examining done. So we'll go ahead and call it here. I'll probably be back tomorrow about the same time. So if you'd like to watch, you can either drop a follow or come back about the same bat time at the same bat channel. Again, thanks Azamon for the follow. And thank you for the other people who've tuned in to watch me fumble my way through this game. And until next time, have a pleasant day or a pleasant evening wherever you are.